Hey guys, welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if we've already been pals for a while. Before we really get started, I wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping. I'm really sorry for not posting the last couple of weeks. I do intend to come up with a better posting schedule after the new year. Also, I'm really sorry for the kind of crummy audio this week. I've been dealing with a stuffy nose lately. So with all that said, let's get into the video. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably been seeing quite a few gnome sketches and paintings lately. I've been on a bit of a gnome kick for a while now. I've always been very interested in folklore, and as part of my family originated in Sweden, I naturally have become a big nerd about Scandinavian folklore in particular. Gnomes, or tomte as they're referred to in Sweden, are one of my favorite folklore creatures. So I decided to do a little series of illustrations titled Tomte Town, each illustration featuring a different tomte in their little shops. The candlemaker tomte is what started it all. As you saw in the beginning of the video, I did some exploration sketching for the candle shop and character. I knew for sure I wanted to have a ladder shelf, a wooden hutch with candle bins, and some canaries. We have a lot of yellow finches around my house, so I decided to put a little finch on the character's hat. Finalizing the sketch for this piece was quite a hassle, but I finally decided to just keep it simple and go with this composition. Anybody who knows me knows that I am quite obsessed with candles. I see a candle and I have to sniff it. There's just no stopping me. For being someone with asthma and allergies, I would happily spend an hour in the candle section of a store. I was at this local market last weekend and someone called scents flavors, and now I can't get it out of my head that there's like a bajillion flavors of candles. And I mean, they weren't wrong, I guess. It's just a weird way of describing it. Anyways, I love candles, but I'm very picky about which ones I'll actually purchase. I don't mind florals, but they have to be earthy. I like fresh scents, but I don't want my room smelling like a laundromat. Fruity scents are usually good too, but my favorite are warm scents like pies, vanilla, spices, and whatnot. But I almost always hate cookie candles. They make me want to vomit up my toes, and I am not even joking. And then there are some candles that are just weird. You read the title and think, oh yeah, that sounds pleasant, and then bam, day ruiner. Or there are candles with very pretentious titles. You probably know which ones I'm talking about. Like Christmas in Grandma's Kitchen, or Sunshine in the Park. I don't know about you, but my grandma's kitchen smelled like lasagna and apple pie at Christmas. And I would happily buy a candle that smelled like that. But most grandmas don't cook lasagna for Christmas because they're not as cool as mine, and that's okay, to each their own. But I've found that candles with very ambiguous names like that generally leave me pretty disappointed. But anyways, you're not here to listen to me rant about candles. Long story short, I'm picky and hard to please. Let me know what your favorite candle flavor is in the comments. So let's talk a little bit about the painting, shall we? Being the brilliant-minded person that I am, I decided to just jump right into painting without having done a single value or color comp. And this came back to bite me in the butt Jaws style later on. Sometimes jumping right into painting with a more intuitive approach can work out just fine for me, but I've discovered that this is generally not the case with more full scene illustrations like these. I really do need some kind of starting point to go off of. I began with a grisaille like I usually do, but after that I felt very stuck. I really had no idea what I wanted the local color of each object to be, so I kinda just started throwing paint around and seeing what worked. Very professional, I know. I decided on a turquoisey blue for the hutch, a canary yellow to play off of the blue, and a few accenting pinks. It ended up being a more playful spin on a primary color palette. You're probably seeing a few shots of my color palette at this point, and I am fully aware that it looks like a disaster zone. And they always look like that. No matter how many times I clean them, that's how they end up. They look like mud all the time. I think my favorite part of the painting is the little mouse peeking out from behind the boxes on the left. There's also a pair of glowing eyes inside the mouse hole on the right wall. I really love adding small little hidden details like that. Painting the jar candles was tedious and repetitive, but I actually ended up having fun with that. My sickly little self gets tired a lot, so it's nice to have sort of mindless things to paint when I'm particularly fatigued. I had sketched out several signs around the scene, and every single one of them was blank. I had no idea what I was going to write on them except for the sale sign. I decided that the sign hanging from the wall on the right would have the name of the little candle shop, the Canary Candle Company. It seemed fitting with the finch and the canary yellow throughout the piece. Yellow is my favorite color, so I'm never surprised when it finds its way into almost every single one of my illustrations. One of my all-time favorite artists is Chris Hong, and I spent a lot of time observing some of her pieces, trying to figure out how she adds so much life to them. She has this way with colors where she can add like a green in the shadows of the face, or like bright pink in the highlights of a wooden box, and it looks so perfectly natural, but like adds this incredible element of magic. I promise I'm not going to turn this video into a Chris Hong rave, but I definitely recommend you go check out her work. I've watched each of her videos at least 10 times. So after trying to replicate a little bit of her color magic, by adding a few extra pops of color, bringing out a few shadows and highlights, the piece was finished. Or so I thought. I went back in with a bit of gouache to add a pattern to the character's sweater. I think it really helped tie the whole color palette together and bring out the character as the main focal point. I've really been enjoying trying to add more patterns in my pieces. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you're interested in grabbing a print of this piece, follow the link in the description to my Etsy shop. And please give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and share with your friends. Bye guys!